Last week on Ron Sailing, we finished building the bulkheads for our cabin, and we gave a little tour of the space. The door is going to open from this side out towards the mast, which is going to stand here. For a starboard side here, we're going to build closets, probably 2 closets. The bed will go up until here, so out like that.
It's Monday morning and it's quite cold today, a few degrees below freezing. And today I have decided to start with cutting the next or the last bulkhead that is a part of the head shower compartment. Just to get that wall up there, together with the foam for that divider wall between the shower and the head area. And with all of the walls up, we can see now if we're happy with the size and the layout of that compartment before we start laminating these 2 last bulkheads that is a part of that compartment. And it's the same with this bulkhead. We have the same challenges that we had with the bulkhead, that big bulkhead on the starboard side. It's pretty wide. It's a bit over almost 1.7 meters wide, so we can't get it in on one sheet. So I'm going to cut one part now from this sheet and then the rest of it from another one, and then glue the pieces together. Yeah, some of you guys asked us if it matters much how strong the bond is between pieces when you glue them together like that. And it really doesn't matter, since the foam is just a spacer between the fiberglass layers where the strength really lies. The role of the spacer and the foam is just to have shear strength, so it doesn't shift if you have any forces pushing or pulling on this bulkhead. Since the glue line between 2 pieces are most probably stronger than the actual foam, it doesn't affect the strength of the panel. It's roughly in the correct position now, but it's the same with this bulkhead, the same problem as I had with this one. I need to remove some foam down here because that extra thickness of the glass down there is not accounted for in the cutting file.
I'm standing in the shower and pretending what it's going to be like to take a proper shower here later on when we're in an anchorage somewhere. It's a good size in the shower. It was good that we took all those measurements from our shower in the house. There's going to be a plexiglass door that will open like this to get into the shower and then close, so we still get the light from the rest of the head. There will be a hatch, a deck hatch above the toilet bowl around, and then a porthole in the hull over here above the sink and above or next to the mirror. And there's going to be a wall around here, and behind that we're gonna store the holding tank for the toilet. And it is a bit hard to visualize what the sole is gonna be like here in the shower and head, but it's gonna go around here where my right foot is. So we will be a bit higher up than we are right now. There's still plenty of headroom, even for Johan's height. Here is the toilet. We're even gonna have it this direction, or we're slightly gonna turn it like this. We'll see later on. We'll have a handle over here so you can hold on, probably a handle here as well, or bar. The sole in this area is going to be around here and out to this point. And then we'll have the sink, a little countertop, if you call it that. And then for storage, we will have storage underneath the sink and on this side. So we will have lockers on this side sticking out here, because here we're going to have a small compartment because we need a bulkhead to take up the loads from the shrouds that are connected to the chain plates. Yes. So then we're going to use that space for storage from in this space. So that's the plan. And then we have all the details of the finishing looks, what we're going to put on the bulkheads and what it's going to look like in here, but not fully decided on that yet. I'm leaving the shower, coming out here. Gonna brush my hair, wash my hands, take something here from the locker, and then going up. Now we're gonna prepare the last things before we can start laminating this bulkhead. And then we have 2 like ready rooms in the boat when we have put this in place here, and that's going to be really exciting.
So the core piece for the corner piece is ready to be laminated. As you can see, I have made it a bit wider this time to make it easier for the vacuum bag to press it down snug against the mold. And this time I'm thinking I will do it a bit different than last time. Mainly because the piece is a bit wider now, so I don't have the same amount of space on the sides here. And that can make it harder to get everything lined up. And if something shifts, I don't have a lot of playroom on the sides. So I'm thinking I will take some thickened epoxy, just a little bit, to fill the top of these grooves here. And then press the foam down with the vacuum bag and let that thickened epoxy cure, so that the foam is already have the correct shape before we start laminating. The only downside, of course, is that I can't laminate everything in one go, but that's okay. I can just do some prep work for the rest of the bulkheads here, cut the fiberglass and all of that. As you can see, there's not a lot of room on the sides here this time, since the piece is a bit bigger. I have the breather cloth, the release film, the peel ply, and the first layer of glass in place. And I also have these small gutters on the sides here. Hopefully they will be enough so we don't have epoxy running down on the tape. Yeah, this will be really interesting, see how it goes. Yeah, I'm really happy with the result. This one turned out a lot better than the last one. Yeah, mostly because it's a bit longer, so better leverage for the bag, but also that I decided to make this pre-bend to glue it together first over the mold before applying the fiberglass. That made it so much easier to get everything in the correct position.
With the second rounded bulkhead being laminated, Johan went on to laminate the bulkhead to the shower.
Yeah, I think it turned out okay, but I can't really tell until I have opened the bag, because as you saw when I laminated this, I had to use a bunch of different small pieces, leftover pieces of the release film and the breather. And that's because this is the last material that we have. I made a mistake and I didn't order more material in time, so that's why it turned out like this, but I think it's all right. The only problem is that I can't laminate the next bulkhead for the head shower area today. I just have to wait until we get more material. I have ordered it, but it will be a few more days until we get it. So the plan for today is to get this installed together with that corner piece. So as you can see, I've used this cutout section here in the middle just to a way to try to prevent that deformation that we got on the other piece the other day, on that fin section at the bottom. So with this in, that should prevent the bag from pulling too much in the thinner or narrower sections of the bulkhead. And it looks okay, so hopefully it has worked the way it should. Another option would of course been to not make this cutout before we had it laminated and then cut the opening out afterwards. But I wanted to test that the opening was in the correct position before we started to laminate. So that's why I did it this way.
The bulkhead goes into place and then gets glued to the hull with thickened epoxy. Then the same thing for the rounded bulkhead. The last 2 weekends we've been working on a new garden project. We're going to build a wooden deck where we'll place something really exciting. And we've had our families helping us out, which we are so thankful for. I'm preparing to tab in the bulkheads to the hull, cutting out the fiberglass pieces, and we're making them 250 millimeters and half the width of the cloth. And we need around 32 pieces for the big bulkhead, and I have 10 so far. But it's really nice to do jobs in here because it's warm.
So the plan for today is to get some more of these triangular shaped foam pieces installed in the corners of the bulkheads, so we can start getting some more of these tabbed into the hull with fiberglass. And the angle on the front and aft facing side against the hull of these are different. On the aft side, this angle is greater than 90, and on the front side it's the opposite. So that means that the foam needs to have a slightly different angle to get a good fit between the hull and the bulkhead. And on the aft facing side, I'm going to use two pieces like this that together form an angle that is greater than 90. This was easier to cut than to make it from one piece, so that's why I'm going to use two pieces here. There will be slightly more work installing it, but still okay. And of course the angle doesn't need to be 100% accurate, since the thickened epoxy will make up for small deviations, because the angle is changing over the, depending on where on the hull you are, since the shape of the hull is changing too. But it's close enough. So this is the aft side, and for the front side I'm just using one piece with the normal 90-degree corner like this, and that works well since that side the angle is steeper. It's less than 90 degrees.
It was so hard to reach up there even with a ladder. Now it's much easier because I can use my full strength. We'll see, and then I have to go and pick up Vera soon, so I'm also stressed about that. A walk on the beach in the weekend is always a good idea. Thanks for watching this episode, and we hope to see you again next week.